in the Netherlands, in Zandvoort. A very special day, because I raced for the first time in a 500. Years I was like, there must be something to it. No. It's incredible to be a part of this club, to be a part of this scene. And in the Netherlands, it's Art and me, and we grow bigger. Two-wheel people we bring in, old people we bring in. They come in trolleys and whatever, and everybody's thinking about the history. But we also want to think about the future. We hope some people get the same what we all have, and that there will be more people involved in 500 racing. And when it was in 2018, we felt a little bit, everybody said, oh, nice car, blah blah blah. And we felt this day and yesterday a bit more. Who knows, potential new members from the continent. Good. I'm in front of my car, and Henk Larkens was this day my guest. He was all the time with us. He enjoyed it immensely. He never saw so many 500s all together. It was brilliant. Marnix Delanius was also with us today. Here is the plaque for his father. That was a bronze plaque. It was on the pit buildings at the old circuit of Zandvoort. Somehow it is gone. Maybe it will show up after this museum, that people see what a great piece. We have that somewhere in the shed. His picture is beneath, and Marnix is underneath in a picture in the car of his father. Jo Gotkens, the son of Jos Gotkens, he couldn't be here today, but he wanted to be, but he couldn't be here today. The grandson of Jan Flinteman can't be found anywhere anymore. Who knows where he is? 3 years ago we found him pretty easy, but now he's unfindable, so he isn't here. There we have Piet Peperkorn upstairs. He's no longer with us, and he doesn't have children, so we have nobody here. Then there under is José Franse. His Cooper is at the back. It's the very special Cooper that Piet Peperkorn drove, and before that Lex Bales. Then we have a Mark III Cooper here. We don't know from who it is. It's brilliant, a Mark III Cooper. Then we have so Richardson, Pim Richardson. He is also from the Netherlands. He won Aves, pretty big, pretty huge. Not a Dutchman, but he flew for the KLM in the Netherlands, and he flew also for Racing Team Bales, as you can see. It was Hutchington, and a brilliant guy, lots of stories about him. And then the famous Manx injection engine. So pretty good. I'm there. I never asked my name there, but and on this side, it's a bit obscure, but it is because it's from under the rivers in the Netherlands. We got the Havas. They made in halfway the 50s. It's made. It did one hill climb. Yes, we had a hill climb, and a proper one. Chelsea and Prescott.
3 meters.
No, it's a proper one. And then there were some pirate races back in the day on ovals, 8 laps, and the hill climb pictures. So there are a couple of names. We have the 6 races back in the days over there. Very interesting, and a timeline over that. It's very interesting to do this exhibition, and I heard today there were already more than 150 people in the museum, so that's brilliant. We must keep it short, and that's very difficult for me because I'm an enthusiast, and there is so much to tell and to do. Oh, and don't forget, the spirit lives on, because Kees Lubbers found a frame, and he built it in the last couple of years up to a fully 500 race car. In the spirit of the 500 racing, it's pretty impressive. What's also impressive how we get it there, but don't tell him how we did it. I have a prize. I have every time we race at Zandvoort a prize, the Lex Bales Trophy. I think it's very important to give a prize because we like prizes. I get 5 for Mike the day I came. Hey, your prizes. Why don't you pick them up? Well, I live here, man. It's a long drive. The Lex Bales Trophy. The first time I went to Jan, who helped me with making the car looking from that to that and being fully operational. And now the trophy will be given by somebody else. But let's look, cause who gets the trophy? Where is he? I can't see him. Javier, where you are? Where is Javier? Javier, you must come here. Javier gets the You were on the podium, and I was, oh bugger, he's already on the podium. But I couldn't find anyone else, so. Javier, all the work you do, it's like immense. It's immense. If I come over from the first time, you're always there, and I'm like, flat tire, I don't know. And you do it. And I don't know how the paperwork works. Yeah, Javier will do it. And he does it for everybody. And it's like your room is clean after you go partying and you come back because your mom did it all. Okay. I must do it sometimes myself. Okay. And it's working. I learned it. But you get the Lex Bales trophy.
Thank you very much.
But brilliant. Hans, the son of Lex Bales, is going to give it to you. My brother made the prize, Pascal, and it's pretty important. Hans, it's all yours.
I think this prize represents the spirit of the old days because it's very nice to see the old Beals racing car which my father constructed in 1950 and was able with Pim to take first and fourth on Avis. And I really am very impressed by all of you guys, by the enthusiasm you have, and being part of the Bales racing team as the son of Lex over many years until 1960 when he stopped. I was only 11 years old, but I almost never went to school. I was always in the workshop. I worked on the cars, so I felt 7 years again with you. Thank you very much. I really dedicate also a trophy, and this is quite of a surprise because I didn't know we were going to do this, so I'm very honored to give this prize. But behind every great racing driver is a great wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my mother, Elizabeth, was, let's say, the second woman which my father convinced to be with him. The first was his mother, who gave him some money to go racing. And my father, I think, was the only guy who made a small fortune with racing, but it was easy because the start was a big one. So, but my mother supported him, and you don't know the amount of work which the ladies do behind the scenes, and I want to mention this here. So Elizabeth, my mother, she spoke fluent French, German, English, Italian, so she did all the paperwork. In those days you had to write to the people, there was no internet, so it was letters, it was invitations, look where you get the most prize money, where you get the most starting money, and then do a deal and say, okay, we do a road trip, now this weekend we're in Kristianstad in Sweden, next week we're in England, next week we're in Nürburgring, next week we're in Reims, we're in Chimay, we're in Italy. During our school holidays, of course, I've been part of that. And the funny thing is, today is my first time in my life in Zandvoort, but I paid for a ticket for Zandvoort. Because most of the time I was laying in the nose of the Cooper or in the boot of the car, and I was smuggled in and I had a program in my pocket, and when the officials came, any race tech in Europe, I said, here, and they said, where's your ticket? Here, told Mama. My mother was stunning good looking, so she opened up her hand, took ticket out, a whole bunch of tickets, and said, this is for my son. Oh, he has to wear it. Oh, he always loses it, so it's better with me. But we had about one ticket for 5 persons in it. And mother did the timekeeping, which was a very important part of the racing. And when the time control, for instance, that she made, lost the amount of laps done, and they went to all the racing drivers, Kurt Arends, Kurt Kunke, do you know, and they said, Elizabeth, she will know. So Elizabeth sit there on the box. We had a racing beginner to Stemmel, so he said number 45. So she had lots of time to write the numbers down. With 2 stopwatches, she did the timing of my father for every lap. She did the timing for everybody else in the field and know exactly in which position he was. I don't know how she did it, she never told me, but and this is the stopwatch of Elizabeth.
Oh, wow.
I kept it over all these years. It's very dear, and I want to have one lady representing from you guys to take this, and I mean, I don't know you all, but I happen to know Sarah, and I want you to take this as a gift to sing about Elizabeth, and to continue for all the girls in the pit area to continue the good work. I'm really amazed by the amount of power you put in there and so on. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Of course, there's a lot more stories about Elizabeth, but I don't want to break into your evening. But the Germans called her the mobile chicane. Because everybody who went to the race, at the night before the race, they had to pass the bar and pass Elizabeth. I was drinking Geneva, and when father was in the workshop filling the cars because they were all bent, then at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, my mother would come with Kurt Arends and Kurt Kunke and say, well, I don't think there have much of competition tomorrow. And then the next day, Kurt Arends, not the young one, but the old one, he ran into a wall when they pushed the car, so he was done. Kurt Kunke broke off the shift lever, so he was done. And father was on like 3rd place and 5th place, 2 cars behind each other. And the flag drops, and Hutch is looking to the starter, and the first guy has got his petrol pump on the top of the pump, so he lost fuel, so the car starts, so he put his hands across his head, and the flag broke down, and Hutch runs right over the car in front, so the 2 Beals cars were out as well.
Wow.
Er is nog een meneer die wil zeggen, there's one more person who wants to say something, and then we must leave the museum. Come back tomorrow, come back another day. Every day you are welcome. It's the weekend after the Grand Prix, the F1 Grand Prix. We finish it, so it's all summer. You know how to get it now. So be very welcome.
It's just so precious.
It is. Thank you, Mike.
So
Well, how do you follow that? You can't. So I'm going to be very brief and just say what I normally say in these sort of circumstances. The most important thing for me to say is thank you to all of you guys who've made us feel so welcome, particularly to Mike, who has clearly done such an astounding amount of work here. I know he's not on his own, there's been a small team, but he's headed it. Monique, I'm sure, I said to her earlier, how's Mike? She said, I don't bloody know. He's been so busy doing this, and it clearly shows. So, Mike, our appreciation to you for doing this. I said earlier you appreciated gifts. I've got one small gift which goes back a few years. It's been in my workshop, waiting for you. It's one of our prizes we've awarded to you at our AGM. It's in the box.
A cardboard box.
Yeah, it's just a box. Nothing in it. Small gift. a small t-shirt for you to wear. Nice. And I bought some more t-shirts here for you guys. I knew you wouldn't be part of our organisation and they are ordering t-shirts, so I just brought some. And can I ask you to hand those out to everybody, please?
Cheers.
Who needs one?
Thanks very much.
I was really touched by your gift, and I still am, so thank you very much.
Let's go to the other side and do a drinky and come back here another day. Thanks for the volunteers to be open yet. Cheers, thank you very much.
It's all on video. I'll send it to Mike when it's ready. And where's coming?
Yeah, very nice.
Martine, schön, hè?
Ja, absoluut.
Om daarbij te zijn, hè? Super. Kijk, super.